Right. Oh, it's totally kicked the table. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a drink of tea. Hello, welcome to episode 28 of that Rover and Kids podcast. My name is Kelly, also known as Rover and Kids, and you can find me mostly on Instagram and YouTube these days, sometimes Ravelry. This is a knitting and designing podcast from the northeast of England, and a huge welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining me. I haven't been around for a couple of weeks. I normally do a podcast every fortnight, every 2 weeks, but we've had the school holidays and it was just impossible. Like, we've been really busy anyway, doing loads of things, trying to keep the kids entertained, but even on days where we weren't actually doing anything, the kids are just in and out and constant, and I've tried to do a podcast like that before and it was just awful. So it was really choppy and I was just losing my train of thought. Not that that's anything new, but yeah, I was losing my train of thought and it was just... So I decided this time around, just don't stress it, just leave it. I was thinking of doing other things, but again, I was just constantly interrupted. So they're back at school now. Little one went back Tuesday, the big one went back yesterday, which was Wednesday, and then today is Thursday, so I've got straight on it. But yeah, so we will start with what I'm wearing, which, as you regular viewers will know, this is my summer Flirt Tee by Jill Karina Bø. I always say Bø, I'm not sure if that's correct. Could be Boo or could be something completely different. I don't know how you pronounce that letter with the line through. Anyway, so this is actually the first time I properly wore it. I did put it on a couple of days ago and I felt like it was still a little bit too short for me. I'm going to show you. So, let's see if I can fit it on the screen. Oh, move chair. No, chair's in the way. Right, let's crouch down a bit. So, I mean, it's not too short, but I kind of like things here to cover this. and it's not. It's kind of sitting there, which, so I'm kind of tugging it a lot. Same in the back. I don't know how much you can see. So let me talk you through. Right, I finished this. It must have been about, I think I was nearly finished the last time I recorded, and I think I finished it maybe like a few days after, so it's been done for about a month. So I'm not 100% on everything anymore. I knitted it in Drops Safran, which is 100% cotton. This is the mint colourway. And that's a 4-ply yarn, which is would be a fingering in the US. I would assume they have it down as a fingering. I don't think it's not like fingering. It's quite close to a spot. To be honest, it was quite a thick 4-ply. So it's worked top down. I did the needles in the pattern. You use a smaller needle for this, and then you're supposed to change to a bigger needle for the body, but I forgot. I remembered when I was about this far from the bottom, and I was like, oh well. So I kept the smaller needles, but I mean, if I'd have gone bigger, it would probably be too loose on me. So it's top down, and you do all this lace first, which is brilliant. Every single row is lace, every single round. There's no let up at all. There's no like just knit rounds or anything. It's all lace. But then you obviously have all the stop and stitch at the bottom. I shortened these very slightly because very slightly. I think the ribbon was like maybe double that length, and there was a little bit extra in the stocking stitch underneath the lace, but I was trying to conserve, is that the right word? I was trying to save yarn. So I did the same on both, but I just, yeah, I did make it slightly shorter than the pattern asked for. Everything else, I stuck to pattern. I can't remember what it said about length now, but I just basically knitted until I'd run out of yarn. I actually did lose at Yarn Chicken and I had to pull out a round and then cast it off again. I had like this much yarn left. I literally knitted until I had no yarn left because I wanted it as long as I could possibly get it. And it's almost there. I can probably live with it. Really like, I do not like cropped at all. And I know this is far from cropped, but yeah, I like things at a certain length. So I probably will be tugging it. There's another reason I'll be tugging it. So you do short rows in the back at the beginning. I don't know how much you can see, but the ribbon at the back is much deeper than the ribbon in the front because your short rows are during this rib. But it's still coming up too high. You'll see during the podcast it's bunching here because the next two. So I'm constantly pulling it down. So that is a little bit like, oh, because it's top down. So I've got to frog the whole thing to fix that. And I really don't want to start like cutting necklines out, and because I've got no yarn left anyway to be messing about. I'd have to order some more yarn. And I don't want to be doing surgery. I don't know. I'll see how I go. I've had it on all morning and it's not too bad, but it is like, it does come up here and then this goes like this. You'll see as I go on through this because I'll be tugging it, and that's the reason why. It's just very slightly could do with about maybe 4-6 more rows of short rows in the back. What are you gonna do? I'm not pulling it out. so it's done. I don't think there's anything else I can really tell you. I loved the pattern. Really enjoyed making it. I didn't enjoy making the stocking stitch bit, but I never do. It's nothing to do with the pattern, that's just me. I don't even like doing my own when I have to knit my own designs and do all the stocking stitch. I'm like, so, yeah. Other than that, which is nothing to do with the pattern, I really enjoyed it. All I would say is if you decide to knit it yourself, I would do a couple more short rows just to bring this neck down. It just seems to be like going, ugh. So yeah, but it's absolutely beautiful. Come a bit closer so you can see that lace. Now it's all blocked. So yes, happy. I have got a little bit of a, I've only noticed when I've put it on, I've got a funny stitch. And when I've turned it around, like inside out, it's where there's a blooming join of yarn, so I'll have to fiddle with that and sort it out. So that's what I'm wearing. Done. If I've missed anything, just message me and I'll look it up, because I can't remember the needle sizes or anything. I know it was, I'm sure it was 3.25 mil, which I don't know what that is in US, I'll pop it up. But it was 3.25 mil, I think. And I think the bigger needle was like 3.5 mil. But I'm not 100%. I'm not 100%. I didn't gauge swatch. I know, I'm really naughty. I normally do. I think I just wanted to get on with it. So, but it fits. So it's fine. Just a good job, it's fine. So that's that. Then I have a finished object for you. So I finally finished my Spruce Grouse socks by Katie Herrod, or Songbird Handmade. got a cut on my finger. I don't know how I've done that. Anyway, socks. So I've got 2. Hooray! One's, it's not wet yet. I've just put it on the blocker. I finished it last night because I was like, right, you're doing the podcast. Let's just get these blooming socks finished with you, because I've cast on new things and I've been naughty. So these are the Spruce Grouse socks by Katie Herrod. They are knitted in Skein and the Stitch. What have I done with that? Skein and the Stitch. This is a one of a kind from Skein and the Stitch. So it's a one of a kind. It's like from her experimental. What's it called? Like when she experiments on skeins. It's one of them, and she does like a lucky dip. I've told you this before. And then you just get what you're given. She just sends you whatever from her lucky dip, and I got this one and I absolutely love it. I've got a fair bit left, so I could get some shorties or something out of that, which I'm probably going to do because it knits up really pretty. I'll show you it on the bottom where it's stocking stitch. It's really pretty. So the socks themselves, because that's the yarn, they're taupe. They have a knit and purl pattern. It's kind of like, I'm hoping you can see this. So it kind of goes this way and then it changes and goes this way. So you have like a change in the middle. I think, can you see it properly? I don't know if you can. But it's all done by knits and pearls anyway. And honest to God, like I couldn't get the pattern in my head. It changes in the middle, so like, yeah. I could do the beginning bits, but every time I got to the middle I forgot what I should do. And even once first I didn't have a marker in, and what a mess I made. So then I put markers in to mark my middle, and then I just kept forgetting. I've had to pull out chunks of these socks I don't know how many times, because I would just be watching the telly, knitting away, thinking, oh, I know what I'm doing. And then there'd be a mess. So there's kind of a little bit been my nemesis. I've been a bit like, oh my God, pulling you out again. But it's nothing to do with the pattern. It was totally me. It just wouldn't go in. I don't know why the central part of the pattern just would not go in my head. It's not hard. It's just, I don't know. Last night I had 2 repeats left to do, and it finally went in on the last repeat. Yeah, thanks brain. Do you know what I mean? Like, thanks for that. So I did it, they're finished. There probably is little errors here and there. But they're my socks, and you'd have to look really, really closely to see anything, so they can stay like that. They're unique, leave them alone. These have a Turkish heel, which is my first time doing a Turkish heel, and I liked it. So hang on, how can I show you this? Turkish heel is a funny little thing. So it's like this. So that's on the back of the heel. I'm going to be really slow because my camera keeps losing focus. I don't know what's wrong with it today. So yeah, and then the foot comes out along here like this. So you just have this little flap at the back. And it's really cool. It's I like the heel. I would do it again. I'm not sure how it fits yet because I haven't worn them. Yeah. I like them. I like them a lot. So these they're just for me, and they're also from my Make 9. That means I've done, oh, and this is from a Make 9. So, what's that then? You can see the picture, I can't, hang on. So I've done Chunky Dahlia, the 24 Days socks, the Spruce Grouse socks, and this, some of Flirt. So that's 4 from my make 9. 5 to go, and I've got 2 on the needles. Oh, I'm never going to finish it all. I know I'm not. I'm not going to have time at all, but I'm going to give it a good go, see how many I can get done. So that's those. They're off my make 9. They are done and dusted. They will be going in my cupboard, ready to be worn. It's right in time because autumn is definitely here. You can probably hear the rain. If you can't, it's absolutely pouring down. And it has for 3 days. We've had absolute torrential rain. So yeah. Yeah, do you remember when I said I'd lose my train of thought? There it goes again, it's gone. But yeah, Spruce Grouse socks, cha-ting! I think I've probably already done that, but yeah. So there we go. Oh, they need blocking, don't they? So I need to be back on there. Oh, whatever. Right. Oh, it's totally kicked the table. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a drink of tea. Podcasting is perilous, honestly. Right. Whips. My first whip is in my beautiful Woolly Mama Yarns project bag, which I got at Yorkshire Yarn Fest. You just tie it in a knot and away we go. And in here is one of my other make 9s, which is the Mermaid Avenue socks by Summer Lee. And it's top down, cuff down, so I've done the leg, I've done the heel, flap and gusset, I'm just on the foot. It looks like a fish. Meep, 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 meep. There we go. Yeah, this yarn I can't remember, this yarn I don't have the label for. I did. I don't know what I've done with it. But it was mountain colours. Is that the right make? Mountain colours, and it was in the Cornflower colour. I could be making this up completely, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I'm going to show you the pattern up close, if you'll focus. So it's this amazing, like, fish scale pattern, and it's really simple to do. It doesn't take long. That didn't take me very long. I think that was a couple of days work, at only like a couple of hours at a time, maybe 3 hours at a time or something. I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, this yarn was a gift years ago from a lovely test knitter of mine called Patrice, and she sent me it as a Christmas gift. I've had it that long. It's in a ball, like a hand wound ball, because I didn't have my, I don't think I even had a Swift when she sent me this, never mind a ball winder. I've had it ages, and I kept trying things with it, and nothing like was right for it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know when you're just like, no, that needs to be something else? And then when I seen these socks, I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. And it is. They're just like, they're just perfect colour for mermaid socks. So yes, I am on a 2.25mm needle. They're on my Symphonies. It is on my Symphony. It is on my Symphonies. I don't know. So I've just got the foot to do. I'm losing the plot. I've got to do the foot, and then I'll do the other one. And I'm really enjoying it. It's such a good knit, and it goes really fast. And it's really intuitive. The pattern's like, sorry, my hand over my mouth. It's really intuitive. The pattern is like I've learnt the pattern. You don't need to be reading the chart all the time or anything. I've learnt the pattern. What else can I tell you? So my camera stopped recording, and I have no idea when. I was just rattling off a load of rubbish probably. But I was showing you these. I hope that I finished showing you these before it stopped. I don't know. But anyway, then the Mermaid Avenue socks, they're really good. I will continue knitting them. You'll see them again anyway if I did stop rattling on. You'll see them again because I've only got half a sock done. So I'll probably explain myself better next time. So they're in my mammy yarns? No, woolly mama yarns bag. Right, next is a design that I was working on. So this is living in my U-Tree Yarn Craft hedgehog bag, which I love. I use that all the time. And so this is God. So I'm trying to design a one skein shawl. I've got a few one skein shawl designs in my head. So this is one of the first ones that I'm getting done. So far it's a kite shawl. Okay. I'm not going to fit it all on the screen, am I? But so I didn't put a marker in the last time you seen it, but I know it was a lot smaller. I've got a marker in there, but it's to mark my central stitch. I should have had another one in and I haven't. But this yarn, let's see if you can see it. Can you see those sparkles on there? Can you see it? Is that picking that up? I can't tell if it is or not. But it's really sparkly. It's so pretty. It's called Frostbite, and it is by Artistically by Amber. Oh, you can see the sparkles there, can't you? It's so pretty. So pretty. Like, I absolutely love it. I bought this yarn from Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and it's just beautiful. So I've been working away on that. I have started to turn in, only just, and then I've stopped because I was like, do I need to turn in yet? I need to calculate my rows and yardage and things to figure it out. But so I've stopped, and then I've been really busy with secret stuff. So it's been in like a mini hibernation for a couple of weeks now. I haven't touched it, but I'm absolutely loving it and I can't wait. It's more like it's going to be like a November sort of release anyway. Look. It's not good, is it? It's going to be like a November release. Anyway, so there's no mad panic. I just wanted to get cast on because I was just so in love with the yarn. I have a couple of other design ideas for single skein shawls, because if you're like me, you see a single skein and you just buy it and then you're like, what am I going to do with that now? And most of the time they end up as socks. But it's nice to like have them a little bit more on display, some of them, isn't it? Like all of them, to be fair. The majority of single skeins that I've had need to be shown, need the works of art. But obviously I like socks. So, but this, I was like, this cannot be socks. It's like, I'm not having sparkly socks. Like, sparkles need to be shown. You need to be able to see them. I like sparkly socks, but I'll buy them from the shop. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I keep saying that, don't I? Excuse me. So that is my shawl design. It has no name. It has, I know what that little swatch up there is. I don't think you can properly see it, and I'm not going to properly show you just yet. That is what is going on the end of this. That's the stitch pattern. That's my little swatch to make sure it was what I wanted. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to work on it. Hopefully soon, because I was really enjoying it. So hopefully you'll see more of that next time. Maybe the time after that. Then I have another whip. I was kind of casting on lots. I had a bit of a Mojo issue. I still have a bit of a Mojo issue. I don't know whether it's the time of the month or what. Not time of the month. Time of the year. Because it seems like a lot of people have got a Mojo issue. There's a few Mojo issues going about, isn't there? All these lost Mojos running around sunning themselves on the beach or whatever. I remember I watched Potter and Bloom and she'd lost her Mojo. I think she's got it back now, but she'd lost her Mojo and she said she'd left it on the beach in Mexico, and I think mine must have joined her because I don't know where it is. So I did cast on another one of my Make 9s. I'm gonna have another celebrity because it's gone cold. Another one of my Make 9s I cast on, and it was the Skinner hat. So in the picture of the Skinner hat, this is hard to explain. It looks like a close-knit hat. It probably is a close-knit hat. It calls for, I think it was a 2.5 and then a 2.75 needle. And I cast it on and knitted it, and it looked like a sock. It was absolutely tiny. It was like this big, and even when I stretched it out, I did knit it to a point where I would be able to get it over my head, and I couldn't. I've got a big head. My head is 25 centimetres, so I couldn't get it on. So I had to really jump up needle sizes. So I think I ended up doing the rib on 2.75, and then I didn't have any 3s, so I jumped to a 3.25mm. I'll put all the US up because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm on a 3.25mm now, and it's really loose knit, so I'm a bit like, but I'll finish it. So anyway, so this is the Skinner hat. I will. Do you see how it's quite loose? It's maybe going to be a bit more open than I expected it to be. But the yarn is, it's an Enchanted yarn. I've got the label in here, hang on. So it's Enchanted yarn BFL 4-ply, which is 75% BFL, 25% nylon. And this is the Enchanted Forest colourway, and it's so beautiful. And obviously you've just seen how it knits up, but yeah, I'll show you again. So it's really autumnal and pretty, absolutely stunning. I feel like it's getting a bit wasted on this hat, and I know that sounds like an insult to the hat. It's not. I don't know if I like the way it's turning out because I've had to go up the needle size. So I think what I might end up doing, the other thing that's annoying me is the needle that I've got to use. It's just a cheapy needle, and where the metal joins the plastic, the stitches are just sticking there all the time, and I'm having to drive them across, and that's annoying me as well. So I'm not really enjoying it. Don't know if you can tell. I love the yarn, and the pattern's alright. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. It's just, it's not working up like I thought. It's a lot lacier. So I might see about casting on extra. I'll have to see what the crown does. Cast on extra, because I don't want to spend, I don't like spending my time if I'm following somebody else's pattern. I don't want to spend my time having to work bits out. So if the crown is like a complicated crown, I'm not going to cast on extra stitches and have to and figure out how to add more stitches into the crown, because I work stuff out all the time. I just want something that relaxes me when I'm following someone else's pattern. So I'll have to see if I want to go down needle sizes again, but the thought of pulling that out and doing it again at the minute is like, because my Mojo's just not here to be messing about. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Next week I might have a new hat, I don't know, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm just not feeling it, so I don't know. And I'm not feeling that needle either. That needle needs to go in a bin. But there we go, that's living in this little, I don't know who made this. It was a gift from my friend Angela. No. It was cute. Cute little sheep bag. And then finally, my final whip, which is living in my Songbird handmade bag, which honestly is desperate for a wash. I really need to stop putting things in it. I just automatically put the next project in, because it's white, it's like, it's really dirty. It's really grubby. I really need to get it in the wash. I'm such a scratter. So yeah. Anyway. So I've been working on my Halloween design, which if you are regular and you were here last year, well done for sticking me out. But I did some socks for Hobie yarn, which I should have brought downstairs and I haven't, and they had little spiders dangling down, and I said that I would release it next year. So here we are. I'm working on it again, but I've changed the yarn because the Hobie yarn, as much as I love it, you couldn't really see the spiders. It was just too busy. So I changed to this yarn by Quack Yarn. So this is her sock weight yarn, and it is called Pier Walk. And I wanted it because it looks like splashes of blood, and that's what I wanted. The other one had that, and I really liked that about it because it's a Halloween sock. So we've got the dangly spiders, and you can see them much better now. So I've finished one, and I've got the other one on the needles. So you can see the little spiders. So this is cuff down, heel flap and gusset. And obviously there is a lot of purling, but it's worth it because they're cute. The purling goes right into the toe. Yeah, you can just see the spiders dangling. I'm not happy with this one, to be honest. I planned out the spiders and then they didn't go according to plan. I'd put, obviously, because you're casting it on, because of the heel flap and gusset, and it's cuffed down, you've got to get these back ones finished before you start the heel flap. So there's a lot of spiders in the back at the beginning. Whereas these can be spread out a lot more, but I didn't spread them out enough. Like, he shouldn't really be there. And there's like nothing down here really. So the next one, but I do want you to have two different socks. Hang on, my battery's running out. Right, sorry if I think the camera's probably moved now because I had to take it down, but right, what was I saying? Yes, so the socks, I want you to have, I don't want both socks to be the same. I want, because you're supposed to have spiders dangling around on your feet, and spiders are not, they don't conform, do they? They're just, I'm looking around for spiders. I bet if I saw one I'd be gone. They don't, you wouldn't have like universal spiders all hanging in the same. So I want both socks to be different. So the next sock, there's probably going to be more spiders down in the feet. I'm going to try and sort that out a bit better. And then I'm probably going to change how this one is written a little bit, so you don't have, because there's two right next to each other there, and I don't like that. This one and this one. No. So I'm going to fix that. I'm not going to pull that one out though, because I'm on a really tight schedule for stuff. I've currently got a huge secret project living in here that I'm waiting for yarn for to finish. I then have to repeat that project again with different yarn, so I've got to knit it twice. I then have a pair of socks that need to be done that need to be knitted and put into testing, and they're all secret. They are for Advents, I can tell you that. This is, in here is Skein and the Stitches Advent, the first 12 days, and it's the pattern that she wanted me to design for her. So half of it is in there, and I'm just waiting for her to send me the other 12 days to finish it. So I can't show you. It's absolutely gorgeous. The yarn is just, oh my god. So if you've got Skein and the Stitches Advent, you can love it. She's nailed the theme. So that is what's in there. Then that's the 24 days one, like the 24-day Advent. And then she's also doing a weekly Advent, so I need to knit the pattern again using the weekly yarns, which I'm waiting for. And then I also have a sock design to do that's secret. I need to get that done. So I haven't got time to pull this out and do it again to be able to get it out in time for you to be able to knit it for Halloween. So your sock will not look exactly the same as this, but I want to try and make it so that you can make your sock your own. It's like, I'm not entirely sure how to write out the pattern for this, because everybody's foot is a different length. So me writing out charts and going knit this and then stick a spider here, knit this, it's going to be too long for some people, too short for other people. So it's quite difficult to figure out exactly. So, and I would really like you to be able to just stick your spiders wherever you want your spiders, but obviously without running out of your strands, your drag lines, which is what they are called, that come out of the spider's bum. So yes, I've got a lot to think about of how to write it so that you can make your own drag lines as long as you want without having a load of spiders next to each other. So yeah, second one is on the needles, but literally like that's it. But yes, so they are called Ampulate, not amputate, Ampulate socks. Ampulate is you know how I don't like to name my patterns the same as what everyone else has named them, and I was struggling, and at one point I called them dragline. I was looking into spider silk and things like that, and I learned that the silk that comes out of the bum is called the dragline. And then, but I didn't think that sounded very spooky, like they're supposed to be for Halloween. It's like, oh, dragline socks. And I was like, need something else. And then I'd put something on Instagram, and then Elise from Frosia Knits had replied, and she said about Ampulate is also to do with the dragline. Ampulate is basically a gland that they, this is gross, I'm really sorry. Ampulate is the gland that the silk and the drag lines come from. And I figured that, considering the socks are kind of like they're covered in drag lines, I don't know, I thought Ampulate sounds a bit ugh, and a bit better for the spooky season, so that's what they've called them anyway. I've gone with Ampulate. So that's where I am at. What we on now? It is the 8th of September today. And so I will get another podcast in. Yarndale, I can't speak today. I'm at Yarndale on Saturday, the 24th of September. if you'd like to meet up, you can either drop me a comment below or send me a DM on Instagram, and we can organise something. I think we're meeting at the Skein and the Stitch booth again, and the floor plan is on the Yarndale website now, so you can see where she is. I think she's 8A, I think she said. She's down in the bottom. Excuse me. So yeah, if you fancied meeting up at Yarndale, it would be lovely to meet you all. I know I can't meet all of you, but it would be nice. Yes, so I'll get another podcast in before Yarndale. I'm not going to knit anything to wear. I might wear this, or I might wear my which is still up there. I might wear my chunky dahlia. It depends on the weather there, I suppose, and what it's going to be like inside. If it's going to be boiling, I don't want a chunky dahlia on. But yeah. But that's it this week. In life news, the last time I saw you, I was all like dancing because I was going on holiday. If you follow me on Instagram, you may already know the holiday was a shambles. We actually came home a day early. Basically the place was it was really dirty. There was hardly any staff. They were running out of stuff left, right and centre. Things were, like, facilities were opening and closing randomly because they didn't have the staff to keep them open. There was no, like, opening times on anything because they didn't know when things would open. And it got to a point where I could barely feed my kids because the restaurant was constantly fully booked, even though there was loads of empty tables. But again, they didn't have the staff to serve the tables. So I couldn't get booked in the restaurant, and the fish and chip shop that was there opened whenever it felt like it. No opening times, and then the queue. We queued one night for the fish and chips, and we queued for an hour and a half, and it was not even nice. Like, we were basically. When I go on holiday, I don't like to cook. Like, I think I'm on holiday, I'm not cooking. But we basically were having to buy stuff in the shop and just like warm up stuff because we didn't. Oh, it was just stupid. We did put a big complaint in. We complained. We got there on the Monday. We complained on the Wednesday. We got to see management. We spent most of Wednesday in the complaints office because it took them forever to get anybody out to us. And once they came, they refused to do anything. Basically, they refunded archery thing that we'd done because the man was late. But that was it. By the time we'd finished talking to them, it was too late to go home. So the next morning when we got up, we said, should we just go home? And even the kids were like, yeah, let's just go home. So we went home. We were supposed to be there till Friday. So yeah, absolute disaster. I would never go again. We went with the Haven Company, which in the UK you will know who that is. They're just like a holiday park, entertainment for the kids and everything. I have no actual complaints against Haven. We go with Haven all the time, but this was a different park than what we normally go to. So my complaint is with the park, not actual Haven. It was with the Haggerston Castle, I don't mind telling you, because they were really rude. And yeah, it was awful. So yeah, that's that really. That was our holiday that I was so excited for. It ended up being horrendous. So then when we come home, I felt like I needed to really make stuff up to the kids. That's why we've been going out like loads. We've been going out so much, just doing days out and things like that. And we've had lots of fun. They've ended up having a nice summer, so it worked out okay in the end. It's just sad that our holiday was ruined, and we're still going through the complaints to see if we can get any sort of refund, since we didn't even stay because it was so rubbish. So yeah, what else can I tell you? Nothing really, nothing else going on, because I'm literally just getting back into the swing of a routine now the kids are back in school. Yay! I do love my kids. I really, really love my kids. But by the end of the 6 weeks holidays, they're bored and I'm done in, and everybody just needs the routine back. Like all of us. The kids were excited to get back to school. They were really excited. Even the older one, who was at senior school, he was excited. So yeah. Back to the routine, yay! So I'm heading off and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you for getting this far if you did. And just thanks for sticking around and watching. If you are new and you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you liked it enough to come back, then please subscribe, because it really helps my little channel grow. It's growing quite a lot recently and I'm really happy, so thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna stop waffling. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.